Championships on this track. And a great performer for the Australian team over a long while. Straight on the job. Mervin King, 37 years of age. Been a very accomplished player for England. World indoor pairs. Runner-up in the world singles, so he likes the indoor. Not quite there. So Glasson holds one. Hails from the St John's Park Bowling Club in Sydney. And he's won silver medal at World Championships. Holding one at the moment. That's pretty good. Fairly hard to pick a winner in this match, Shuey. I don't know.
Well, there's a bit of money to suggest, Steve, that Mervin King can actually win this game. New tactics today required with good correction here from the Englishman. Second shot, he'd be happy with that.
My last one, thanks, Steve. Your last ball, just over 2 feet, thanks.
9 ends. Steve Helmeyer, former English international player, now playing the Tweed Heads Club.
Your conditions a little different now, playing ends in the sets, do you think, Fury?
Totally different tactics required, Steve. And that's immaculate line from Glasson, not building the target. The problem is, Steve, with this 9 ends, is if you get away to a bad start, if you're, say, 4-1 behind after 3 ends, you're in big trouble. And what a start for Glasson. Both bowls right on the line. Mervin King.
He's got to drive, doesn't he?
This is his last bowl. He elected to take the mat and roll the jack. He's 2 down. One of the best draw shots players in the world, just trying to spring the jack.
It's too wide for that, but gee, it presents a great opportunity for Glasson. Holding 2, 1 bowl left. And a 3 to Glasson is certainly not the start that Mervin King would like.
No, Steve, the problem is when you're a few shots behind, the ends of each set start running out. So when you're playing first to 9 shots, and even if you're 7-1 behind, you still fancy your chances, but 5 or 6-1 behind, the ends start running out, you're in big trouble. Should be 3 shots coming up for the Australian.
Played 2 good ones. Well, he missed the opportunity. And Merv King might get a sigh of relief. But Glasson, no matter what, it is still a good start. 2 shots on the very first end of this 9-end set. Backhand. Secret in singles. Nail the first one.
First bowl close. Matt is up 1 metre. Jack is about 1 metre from the tee, so we're playing 31 metres in length. Steve Glasson knows that if he can score on this end, probably win the first set. Mervin King, he knows that he must win this end.
Hooking now. That's good.
Mervin King, he did not even bring his own set of bowls to Australia. He's just borrowed a set. Slightly narrower bias on the bowls that he's using. He's got a wider drawing set back home.
Close. Very close. Great shot, Glasson.
Generally, you would draw close with your second bowl, but I believe Mervin King will try to convert here and now. He knows the ends are running out. He'll play a little bit of weight, looking to take Glasson's bowl out.
Well, it's not too bad.
Shot
Position's
bowl to
fairly
Jack
good.
high, thanks, Steve.
It's half a ball in front of Jack.
Thanks.
Good bowl here from Glasson. Put the nail in the coffin for Merv King. Just trying to sit the shot bowl down. Delicate touch is all that's required.
Mervin King. Switched hands, playing with some weight. Needs to get Glasson's bowl clean. That'd be the best result for him.
Yeah.
Can also turn his own, but the bowl clean's better.
Right.
Bang. He's got it.
Excellent conversion shot from Mervin King. Switch to the forehand, clean as a whistle.
Glasson will be just back on the usual backhand draw shot.
Last bowl for Steve. He knows if he could draw the shot with this bowl, would probably end in the first set going his way. Touch on the jack, he'd make two.
He wants it in a hurry.
Just dropped the bowl a little bit. He's taken the weight off. Interesting now, Steve, to see what Mervin King plays. He's holding one. This bowl here is the number one shot. If he could somehow take that bowl out and stay, he could make three shots. Does he draw for two, or get greedy, look for three?
Holding one. Certainly wants to make it two. Worst case scenario, draw another one. Oh, he has two. That's a great bowl. This is a long way from being over as Mervin King picks up two shots. Now, there is just two the difference. Mervin King is on his way back. Trailed 5-1.
Would you believe he's rolled the jack to Steve Glasson's favourite length? That's how much he's been practicing the last few days on this length. Both players will be doing the maths. Glasson wins this end. Be almost home in the first set. You get nervous, drop short.
No Glasson had any nerves.
Well, he's expected to win this match, Steve. He knows how good a draw shot player Mervin King is.
Well, he's showing us that. That's a couple.
Kelvin Kirko looks on.
Short as mine, thanks, Steve.
Your ball's 2 feet.
And Merv's front one, thanks.
The front one, a ball and a half in front of
Thanks.
Jack.
Unlucky there, Mervin King, to move the jack off the line, even though he trailed it to his first bowl. The backhand drive is on at the moment. Steve will try to draw the shot on the forehand. Very inviting shot with weight on the backhand if Glasson fails here. Looking good. Worst possible result. Block the drive now. to split the gap between Steve's two yellow disc bowls. Comes around the bowl for 3 shots.
Gee, that's well played. Well, will we see the thunder from
How's
down
Merv?
under?
Jack high, thanks, mate.
Well, he's going
The
to need...
last ball, basically half a ball past Jack.
Thanks.
Steve's going to need luck. He's going to have to find the gap with weight, hoping to miss his short bowls.
He's got weight. It's all amounts to the line. You know, he's just under.
Can he protect? Would he be game enough to perhaps draw in here? He knows what Glasson's playing. He's looking for the jack through the gap. So he's holding 3 extremely good shots. He could play a slightly tighter line and maybe just become a nuisance bowl for Steve.
Well, he's played this hand very well so far in this end. First 3 bowls. What's he doing with this one? Well, it's behind. And that is not wasted. Glasson. Decision time for him. 1 bowl left. He's down 3.
He just might charge straight up the line here, Steve. Try to scatter a few bowls and hope for a bit of luck. Nerves of steel required if he's trying to play the perfect shot. Forehand. Just controlled weight.
Yeah, same weight as last time. And his last one was under. Could get a result. Well, he's chipped his own. I don't think the damage is any more, but Mervin King trailed 1-5. Now he leads 6-5. He's got a sniff. It's on for young and old now. Won the difference. Two ends to go after this one.
Steve Glasson now. Steve, he will be thinking, I must win this end. 1 behind, 3 to play. Mervin King has rolled the jack a couple of metres longer, playing to a length of 32 metres.
Great shot, Mervyn King.
Mervyn King's fiancée there on the left, Suzanne. Young 9-year-old Harriet, daughter, Suzanne's daughter.
Quite. Mervyn King to me started to look like a winner.
Harley's very shaky, Steve, the first 3 or 4 ends, but 5 shots on the last 2 ends, and now Steve Glasson dropping short. Pinching himself, Merv King. He's playing so well at the moment. He's got the jack on the string and hoping, oh, this ball looks narrow. Come underneath for a third shot.
Steve.
Not quite.
Your last ball is 18 inches, and it's...
Thanks.
1 and a measure, Steve Hellmeyer saying.
Mervyn King likes it for 2. Might not be after this one. That's for sure. Well, unlucky for Glasson. Fell out. It's 1 down, but a great shot. Just needed to have right weight this time. Just got the edge of the jack and couldn't stick with it. One down.
Close to two. Or close to two, yeah.
Well, Mervin King's holding one, but he's got to be careful, cannot take the shot bowl out. He may just elect to draw short to there, protect the one that he's holding. Almost impossible to draw a second shot. It's fraught with danger if he tries.
You'd want to get your weight right, wouldn't you?
You find good players, though, they're not afraid to attempt the perfect shot. Be very disappointed that that bowl was not 30 centimetres wider.
Well, in the event of a draw in this first set, it's a one-set shootout, perhaps. Just gone through.
One.
What it is to Merv King. And he's now 7-5 in front. There's 2 ends remaining in this set. Merv King looking like a winner at the moment. He's 2 in front.
Well, Steve, if it should happen to win this end, Mervin King be 3 in front with 1 to play. If he only scores a single shot, that would be enough. Steve Glasson, unbelievable. He's played the forehand here for 12 years in this direction. He's now leading off with the first bowl on the backhand, trying to rest on the bowl, perhaps early. That will force Mervin King now to switch to his backhand. No, forehand. An impeccable line, Mervin King. He must feel he can draw a second shot around Steve's first bowl. Or underneath.
That's good.
Well,
How's that last one to the jack, thanks, Steve?
Last one is basically jack high, not slightly in front of jack.
Thanks.
Steve looks narrow once again. There's a real buzz around Tweed's Bowls Club at the moment. Must be very careful here, Merv King, not to put this bowl alongside his 2 nearest. Glasson could drive the whole 3 out. Well, that's maybe okay. The back one could be protected.
Sort of bowl short or so, mate, eh?
The last bowl's a bowl short of jack, yeah.
Thanks.
I think we'll see Glasson now run for the jack into the ditch.
On the charge. Wants the jack. Didn't get it. Running out of ammunition.
Staying with the proven formula. He's drawn 3 shots. Maybe looking for cover. Well, the first set will be over if Glasson misses this drive. 7-5. He's 3 down. Talking to himself. Come on. Looks narrow once again. And that will be the first set to Mervin King. A maximum count of 4 shots.
Well, can these matches turn around? What a great pickup.
Second, eh? Start the second set.
What a great pickup.
Start the second. Sorry?
11-6
Second set, yeah.
will be the scoreline, and they will start the second set. Mervin King leads 1-0. Merv King. 3-all after 3. Good start. Gee, won't give up. He knows how important a victory is in this match for England. Square it up at 1 rubber each.
Not for the first time in the match, Steve has been forced to lead off on his backhand in this direction. Prefers the forehand. And you see that purple background behind Steve Glasson. You know that's normally his favourite way of going.
Yeah, good again. That is fantastic stuff from Mervin King.
Two
That
bowls,
last one of Merv's, is that still
two
short of jack,
touches.
is it, Steve?
Yeah,
Simply
it's sort of jack, but
brilliant.
it's actually touching the jack.
Thanks. Plenty of room then.
Plenty of room.
Well, he hasn't lost his sense of humour. Now, short with his first one playing this hand. Needs to arrive. That's the first job in front of him. Close to the jack here. Oh, this is very good. Frustrating miss. That's good. Very good position.
The last bowl's a foot past jack.
Thanks.
Glasson needs just a minimal correction on his last bowl. He needs a result though. He's down 2.
Must be very careful here, Steve, not to drop a full count of 4. Could be the match. Needs to draw at least third shot with this bowl. Dropping short, still 3 down. Interesting to see what Mervin King plays. He's holding 3 shots. He knows that Steve will probably play the backhand. He may try and draw wide just out here for a 4th. Cannot afford to draw close to the 2 shot bowls. Well, he's playing backhand. So that would suggest some insurance behind the jack. Wide line. He's not got a very wide line.
He's got plenty of weight. I'm not so sure he intended to get back there. I would doubt very much if Glasson will drive at this.
No, Steve, he must play the perfect shot on the backhand. Maybe 30 centimetres away. Just
He did that last year, I think.
draw onto the jack.
Glasson, crunch time for him. Very, very important bowl. Down 3. Cannot afford to drop 3. Could be very, very expensive. He's got more weight.
Got third.
Doesn't want to wreck.
Got third bowl.
Oh, well, that's certainly going to save a little bit of pain. Mervin King will grab 2. And that's all the lead is. Merv King. Wants to get close. Nail that jack with your first. That's the idea. Very good. Glasson, he too wants a good one with his first. Put the pressure on. Not quite there. Just struggling a little in this match, Glasson.
And once again, Steve dropping short with his first. Mervin King, he's good enough now to draw right on top of the jack and take the shot away from Steve.
Very, very good. Mervin King, outstanding stuff.
Merv's last, thanks, mate.
It's 1 inch past jack.
Perfect, thanks.
Perfect. Only an inch. Is that all I've got? It's not much room. Has he got the weight this time to get there? Very close. Very close. Well, I reckon that's number one. It is. Brilliant. At last he's had some divine intervention. What a brilliant bowl. Right stuck on top of the jack. Merv King's not mucking around either, because this is very close as well. Oh, have a look at these two guys, will you? The crowd can't believe it.
Well, this is the shot of the match coming up. Mervin
Which one's
King,
shot, Steve? Thanks.
delicate touch on the jack.
Which bowler's shot?
1 down to 2 up.
The back bowl shot.
In relation to the jack?
It's sort of half bowl past jack. There's a gap of about half an inch.
And what's the gap between mine and Merv's?
The gap between yours
7 seconds left.
and
No matter, no
Merv's
matter.
second shot is half an inch.
1 second to go on the clock, and he got it away in time. Didn't even have time to think about it. Well, it's behind, and I suppose that's a help, as long as it doesn't go in the ditch. Safe. Well, I can't believe these bowls we've seen on this end. It's been amazing. Now, what does Merv King do?
Well, I think he'll switch, Steve, and he'll probably play about there. Come in on this forehand side now. Needs to keep away from the jack. He knows that Steve will be playing weight in this direction. He needs to cover the danger out here. So wide forehand draw. Very important to, some players don't take enough time with positional bowls. Not good enough just to go behind. It must be wide and maybe a metre and a half behind.
Well, he's somewhere in the ballpark back there. Steve Hellmeyer marker indicating that it's only 1 shot at the moment.
Stuff by both of you.
Might see a full-blooded drive onto that bowl, onto his own, spring the jack right through. Percentage is with Steve.
He boiled lollies to chocolates if he gets that.
Well, he needs to turn this momentum around, Steve. It's 1 down. Backhand with weight.
He needs some contact and try and rattle something. Now, something's going to rattle. Not the ones around the jack.
One move.
Yeah.
One.
Steve Hellmeyer. He'll pick up 1, but ran off the front bowl. That was the problem. Didn't quite make the connection that he wanted. And Merv King just creeps away now to a very handy 3-shot lead after 5 ends of this 9-end set. Looking like a winner, Mervin King. somewhere about it again. Well, it's been an interesting match, Shuey. These two players.
Steve hasn't played badly. It's just that Mervin King has played brilliantly. Oh, 84%. Steve Glasson usually around the low to mid-70s. Mervyn King, I don't think we've seen an effective rate in the 80s ever at Tweed Heads.
I didn't see too many of those when I was at school either, Shuey, I might tell you.
He just really hardly wasted a bowl. Steve Glasson, he hasn't been able to settle. Pressure's been on. He's corrected so well, Mervyn King.
Oh, he's done it again. Very good. Very, very good.
Four ends remaining. Mervyn King, 3 in front.
So you're going to make one of those predictions? Lose this end, you lose the match?
Steve knows it's all but gone if he loses this end. Needs the shot.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. And Glasson hasn't let the spectators down either. That is a side toucher.
Well, it is a good bowl, Steve, but unfortunately, Steve Glasson knows it's not a great bowl. At this level, Mervyn King will have no trouble at all to turn that bowl out or trail the jack.
Glasson holding one. The King doesn't look like he needed too much ammunition to get this. A little piece of the jack while he fell out. Still one down. Great
How's
shot,
mine and
no
Jack high,
result.
thanks, Steve. Your bowl is short of Jack. How far, mate? Thanks.
Full bowl.
And Mervin's nearest is his last.
His last bowl is his nearest, yeah.
And what's
Bowl,
that?
bowl and a half.
Bowl
6
and a half.
inches.
Thanks.
Good, clear, quick call from Steve Helmey, the marker. Players appreciate that.
Holding one. Glasson.
Needs to sit the shot bowl down or block the gap. Little slide would be great.
Well, it's in there, but it's still only one.
Play a tight line, forehand with weight. Ideal shot would be to work off his own bowl narrow.
Well, Glasson's got the feeling that Mervyn King's going to play a bit of weight here.
He's played controlled weight, Steve. Very difficult shot on this forehand with this weight.
No result with this one. Glasson needs to work out how he can manufacture another shot here. He's holding one. Can it go bad? I'm not so sure it can. I think just a draw shot. Fairly safe.
Well, it can actually go bad, Steve, because the shot bowl actually could make contact with the jack.
Yeah.
Steve may be better off switching to the backhand.
Just brushed it, yeah.
Glasson's only scored on one end, and that was a 3. Saw on the scorecard there. Glasson, conservative, playing the backhand, wants to get around the front and draw a shot. Draw it absolutely as cold as a mackerel. Wonderful stuff from Australia's #1 ranked player, and he will grab 2 shots. This is brilliant stuff. Right around the front, the weight was absolutely spot on. And now there's one the difference.
It's very close, Mo. Good, very good measure.
Steve Glasson would almost be expecting Mervyn to draw the shot.
Well, I think we all are.
It's been such a high quality game. Whether the players can maintain their concentration, not easy.
Great shot. Still only one though.
Glasson needs the shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In the area. Oh, a little feather. Oh, that is, well, most fortunate. His weight was pretty good, but I've got to tell you, it's his birthday today. Maybe that was his present.
Such a great sportsman. He apologised to Mervin King for getting that wick coming in.
Wickies.
Oh, they come in handy.
I'll have to give a chance.
Yep.
Steve Glasson can have everything crossed that this bowl fails to make contact with the jack or the shot bowl.
Yeah, will he get the turn? His weight's pretty good. Just, well, Glasson very fortunate in a lot of respects, and it's all up for grabs now because the score is level and there's 2 ends to go in the match.
One lucky one.
Try and avoid contact with those white disc bowls that belong to Merv King.
2 shots on this end would probably be good enough for either player. Happy to go 1 down on the next end. So Glasson holding 2 at the moment. A lot of players would attack with weight. Mervin King's good enough to draw on the forehand, but he's driving on the backhand.
Well, needs a result. It's cleaned out the rubbish, you might say. Glasson still holds 1 though, and there's 1 bowl left each. I dare say he was looking for the contact on the yellow disc bowl first, coming off the edge, just cleaned out all those bowls around, but left 1.
Won't be too disappointed with that, Steve. Glasson still holding 1 shot. Should make 2. As you mentioned, he cleared the rubbish out. Still has 1 bowl to play. Steve needs to nail the jack.
Well, Glasson's also got the back bowl as well if Mervin King decides to have another run.
He won't be running, Steve. He'll be dead drawing to the jack. Glasson knows that. He needs to nail it first.
Wants to get right on the money here. Well, he's put them together. Is that inviting?
Well, that is inviting. So unlucky. Steve knows it. Drops the head. It's easier to drive.
Just made the connection with the bowl and stuck together. Well, the other issue is too that Mervin King's only got 1 bowl somewhere about it. He wouldn't want to get his own out. The game over.
And if he does drive, Steve, and gets the jack, he must go all the way with it. Not flick off the bowl behind the jack. So I would suggest he'll drive at Glasson's 2 bowls.
Well, I think you're right. He's looking for it. He wants the 2 bowls or he wants the jack. Anything will do. Anything, really. Well, can you believe that? That is probably absolute disaster for Mervin King. He got the edge of the jack, and look what happens. Off the bowl, the jack has moved, and Glasson could well have 3 now. And we've got the closest bowl, which belongs to Mervin King. Now, if there's no contact with this, it's only 2. If there is contact, it's 3. Will it touch? It's only 2.
2 shots, yeah.
It's only 2. There was no contact. But Glasson is 2 in front as we're about to go into the last end of the set. If in fact Merv King picks up 2 and the scores are level, King will win the match because he won the first set. Be 1.5, in fact, to a half. So Glasson can afford to drop 1. That is all. Great start. Now, Glasson drops 2 shots here. The match will go to Mervin King. Now, if Glasson wins this set, we go to the tiebreaker, a 3-end shootout. Mervin King, great shot. For a man who wants a couple, that is a great shot.
The gap with the two bowls, thanks, Stevie.
Your bowl is 1.5 inches past, and Merv's bowl is 2 inches in front.
Up or down, mate, thanks. That yellow, is it?
Yes, yellow, yeah. One to you. Up.
Now, you might consider that Merv King trails by 2. He doesn't need 3 to win. 2's enough.
Players are not allowed to go up to the head till after they've played 3 bowls each, but given the circumstances,
Yeah.
Glasson has charged off up towards the jack. He needs a closer look.
You wouldn't want one of those overfishers umpires like we had in Manchester. It might be Glasson would say, no, they've got me again. Glasson on the move. The shot clock is on countdown. 30 seconds is all he has.
The disadvantage for Steve Glasson is the fact that his shot bowl just behind the jack is standing up on the running surface. So he knows that if Mervin King just touches his bowl, it'll probably be enough weight to turn it out. Mervin King's bowl above the jack is laying flat, harder to turn.
King's one down.
He'll go for the conversion shot now, Steve. Backhand, 30 centimetres of weight, looking for Glasson's bowl.
One bowl left each after this. It's in the ballpark. Or is he just a touch wide with that weight? He is. Well, now it is crunch time. Well, as you say, and as we've said, 1 set all, we go to the tie-break, a 3-end shootout. Glasson, last bowl.
Steve, he looks to be keeping well away from the jack. This is a deliberate bowl. It's not a nervous one. That's in case King drives. Jack might pop out.
I think Glasson's convinced that the jack might go out left-hand side of the screen, and that's why he's put a bowl out that side, because if it's re-spotted, he would hold one.
Mervin's bowl is a toucher, so he may be contemplating driving his short bowl onto the jack.
Surely, though, if he just happens to sit Glasson's bowl, he'll get 2, and that's enough.
Tactically, that's the shot to play. Does he have the nerve to attempt it?
Well, it's all or nothing. You've got to play it. Remembering that 2 shots and a draw is enough for him to win the game. Glasson holding 1. Mervin King needs to start turning. Here it comes. How's the turns? He got enough? Well, no, he's just gone past. So Glasson will pick up 1. That is enough to win that particular set 9-6. And now we go to a 3-end tiebreaker. They'll toss the coin to see who gets the mat.
It's ahead.
You got the choice, mate.
Mervin King is going to take the mat. Interested spectators, expectation now, who is going to win this match? This is a 3-end shootout. Now, it doesn't matter how many shots you get in those 3 ends. The winner will be the person who wins the most number of ends out of 3. So as soon as you've won 2 ends, you've won the match. And we're playing 3.
The jack from the tee, thanks, Steve.
1 yard.
Thank you.
Goes without saying, but both players would want this first end. And Mervin King, 3/4 of a metre short.
The last time they played each other, it was different conditions of play then. It was the best of 3 sets. And Glasson won 9-7, 9-8. So there was nothing in that. There's now nothing in this.
This has been Mervin King's strength. When he has failed with his first bowl, he's nailed the jack with his second. How does he go in the shootout?
Not bad. Still a bit of room. Tactically, probably a different game if you're trying to win ends. I mean, if you got shot, you'd start looking at where to place bowls, wouldn't you?
That's right, Steve. As you mentioned, shots don't count, just the end. So, Steve Glasson, he's got a spring in the step. He must like it.
Well, the crowd's starting to make some noise because this is close.
Go on, Steve.
Gap's an inch.
That's probably not good news.
Well, we saw Steve Glasson draw a shot with the same amount of room. Can Mervin King do likewise? Hard to know now. What does Steve Glasson do? He's got the one shot that he needs to win the end. Does not want to broaden the target. Cannot afford to turn the shot bowl onto the jack.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's not too bad. The jack's rattled a bit.
Interim manager Robbie Dobbins, the Australian side. Placed Jeff Oakley, Kelvin Kirko. He cannot bear to look.
Match, it's 1-1 in the series. So Australia win. They've clinched the series, but there's still triples to come. Don't miss that either. 3 players engaged in this series, all on the green at one time. Merv King wants a result. Can he get the shot? He's close. Oh, well, who's got it? Anyone's.
What a brilliant shot from the Englishman.
I can't call it. Let's have a look here. Well, he's asked Steve Helmire to have a look. Oh, well. The ball tipped out at the end.
Measure, but
Well, to mention, I would expect Steve Glasson to drive for the jack. He's got all the bowls behind.
Steve Helmire, it's probably a difficult time to put you under some pressure here, Steve, but who's got the shot?
well, I fancy Merv. It's very close, but if I had a bet, that would definitely be the bowl.
Oh, he's missed. Well,
Call the umpire.
if Steve Helmire's right, it'll be the first end to Mervin King. What it is to Mervin King. So end number 1 on the board, the 3-end shootout. Glasson must win the next end. First bowl, second end. Something new in the shootout. You must win, or the person who wins, 2 out of the 3 ends in the shootout wins it. Doesn't matter how many you score, it's just who wins the end, and it's the best of 3. King, he's got the first one.
And what a one it was, Steve. Given how close to the jack Steve Glasson's bowl was. Merv King with his last bowl. Superb. Now Steve Glasson is under pressure.
King holding one. Trying to get as close as he can. Doesn't matter how many, as long as you got the shot. And he
The
has.
last bowl is 7 inches short of jack.
Thanks, man.
Normally, that would be enough room for Steve Glasson. Mervin King, 85% effective. Fantastic bowling. Steve is going backwards, but he's not out of this match.
Close. Oh, just get it past. And King still holds. Both players got 2 bowls left
Definitely
each.
one. Major for second.
Probably not happy with the one he's got, Mervin. He's good enough to nail the jack on the open backhand. Safer to play the forehand. And that's what he's attempting. Turn his nearest bowl to the jack over, or just come behind in case his opponent trails the jack.
Well, he's packing him in. As I say, it doesn't really matter. Glasson, 2 bowls left. Needs to get a result.
The gap between that one and the jack. Thanks, Steve.
The last ball?
Yep, thanks.
The last ball's 5 inches.
Look, 5 inches.
Yep.
The plant, the 3 bowls
I'm
will
still
go.
down. That back one fell.
Your ball's just fallen down. You're still 2 down.
Thank you.
Glasson, clock ticks away, down to 8 seconds. Nervous moments. Australia's number 1. The shootout. I think even John Wayne would get nervous at this shootout, shall we?
I think he's got it, Steve.
It's close. Has he got enough weight? Needs to just get onto the jack. Oh, well, that is number 1. Glasson is on the tiptoe. This bowl from Steve Glasson, incredible. Just wanted to get inside the other 2, and he's just managed to sit there and stay. Yes, please.
Mervin King's got a great bowl, Steve, on the forehand. He'll play with weight, looking for his own bowl on the left of the jack. Shot bowl will go clean out.
Mervin King, his last bowl, remember? It's his last bowl. Has he got, he just wants the edge, is enough. Oh, he's got it. How good's that? How good is that? Unbelievable stuff from Mervin King. Well, you might well celebrate Mervin King. That is brilliant. But has the party started too early? Glasson has 1 left.
I think he'll come straight up the line, Steve. Too difficult to try and trail the jack. Hits one of the bowls, top of screen. The whole 3 Mervin King bowls will be removed. Full-blooded drive, bowl or jack.
Glasson cannot lose the end. He loses the end, he loses the match. Pressure.
Too wide.
He doesn't like it, he thinks he's too wide, and he is. And Mervin King, you might start celebrating now, son. That is brilliant stuff. Mervin King has rescued everything for England. And his teammates join him in celebrating here. Mervin King, he won the first set 11-5, dropped the next 6-9, and then won the shootout.
Good shot up the other end.
Well, Merv, that's a great win to level the series. You and Steve seem to have these really entertaining matches.
Yeah, we had a great game last year, and Steve just managed to come out on the top of it, so at least I got 1 back on him.
And you were 5-1 down in that first set. How do you feel you turned it around?
I felt I was playing quite well when I was 5-1 down. That was just a case Steve was playing some great bowls to do that. It's just a case of keeping it up, really, and that's the hardest thing to do.
You had him under some pressure late in that first set. You got that maximum count to wrap it up.
Yeah, that was, you know, if I keep going on and keep getting them there, I got a good chance, and that was, you know, that won me the first set.
And tell us the story of your bowls, because you're not that familiar with them.
No, I got them when I got over here. They sent them up for me to play with, and yeah, I found them really well. Ideal.
Well, you've set the series up nicely. Well done.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.